Hello, Ungoogleable. Welcome to your life. Today is beautiful. Please bargain.
Itself had been stolen from a 1992 Porsche.
You're my shaman. Good boy. Good boy. Some water.
When you watch The Weatherman on your local TV news, that is a form of artificial reality. There's no real map behind me, it's just a plain blue screen. A computer creates that illusion. Well, the next step is virtual reality, which allows me to interact with that artificial environment behind me. And as you can see here, this is a virtual reality game called Continuum, and I can actually move inside that space and turn around and see it from all kinds of different angles. Now, if you think this stuff is just for fun and games, you are wrong. There are some important, serious applications using this new technology, as we'll find out today when we focus on virtual reality on this edition of the Computer Chronicles.
Computer Chronicles has been made possible in part by PC Connection and Mac Connection, mail order software and hardware peripherals for the PC and the Macintosh, and the Software Publishers Association, providers of educational materials to help manage software. Don't copy that floppy.
Welcome to the Computer Chronicles. I'm Stuart Chaffee, and with me this week is Jim Kramer, President of Virtual Technologies. Jim, when we read about virtual reality these days, it tends to be about arcade games. You pay a certain amount of money and you put these goggles on your head and you shoot down aliens in 3 dimensions and so on. You are developing a virtual reality application using your cyber glove, which you call the talking glove, that it's far more important, far more serious. Tell us how it works.
Well, the talking glove uses the gesture recognition capabilities of the cyber glove. Here I'm fingerspelling as the American fingerspelling alphabet, and as I'm spelling, those letters are being spoken and being displayed.
So could you actually do words besides just the letters?
Sure.
Hello, Stuart. How are you today?
That's fantastic. So even though I can't understand sign language, I know what you're telling me because you translated it for me.
Right. The talking glove allows a non-speaking deaf or deaf blind person to communicate with a hearing person.
Jim, what you're doing there, I guess, would be called gesture recognition. What other kinds of applications would there be for gesture recognition in a cyber glove?
Well, you can use the same gesture recognition routines to control a graphic interface.
We'll see some of that later in the program. All right, indeed, we'll see several virtual reality applications today, including the virtual hand, the data glove, the cyber glove, and cyber CAD. Now, you know a product category is maturing when it gets its own trade show. Well, at the recent Software Development Conference in Santa Clara, California, there it was, the Virtual Reality Show.
It's not quite Comdex yet, but it was the computer industry's first virtual reality exhibit. AI Expert magazine hosted the show, which included 6 VR vendors and products that were still clearly in the development stage.
We're looking at the Model T Fords of virtual reality. Resolution is low, the headgear is uncomfortable, but what's exciting about this showcase is the promise of the technology.
Crystal River Technology was one of the exhibitors. While everyone else seems to be focusing on the visual aspects of virtual reality, their approach is to work on virtual audio.
Since the visual systems that we're working with today are not very good, it's very difficult to build a very precise stereo imagery system. But we can build a very precise audio imagery system, and we're closer to closing the loop all the way to perfection. That is, building systems that are almost mistakable for real life.
You may think you need expensive equipment to experiment with virtual reality, but one company here claims to have an inexpensive system that lets you turn CAD drawings into virtual reality environments.
We provide full virtual reality functions.
was a wonderful day. Please come back tomorrow.
Red, blue, green.
Mic check 1, 2.
Congratulations. You reject the good enough. You reject words like symbolism and postmodernism. Obsolescence is not part of your vocabulary. Every night, every day, every step of the way. The diktat of fashion. The agenda of the color wheel. Gone. It takes more than a pretty face to catch your attention. I repeat. It takes more than a pretty face to catch your attention. Good. That is very good. We are source decoded. For you. For the most perfect moisturizer. The most advanced cosmetic lineup. Scientifically proven, scientifically tested. For you.
Congratulations. Calibration completed.